So just coming back to the belly breath. And just notice the grounding action of this breath. And then take a moment to just feel into your heart center. You might even take your hand and just rub circles around in the heart center. Just feeling this upper chest area, this honoring. As we move through this practice of just listening and honoring the body right now. You might go the opposite direction if you've been circling in one direction. And then take a moment to pause again when it feels right for you. Taking this time to create this intention for yourself of honoring and listening to the needs of your body throughout this practice. So release the arms when you feel ready. And we're gonna come forward on the chair. So coming a little bit more towards the edge of your chair. And this is when you can bring a bolster or a pillow behind you. I really like it because it allows the back of my sacrum and my pelvis. So I just have the bolster horizontal in my body. But you might even feel that you want to flip something vertical. And then to offer a grounding awareness in this practice and to energize and strengthen the legs, I want you to lift up the toes and then start to place them down on the mat. They might come all down together. You might be able to feel a couple come down on their own and then root into the floor. And notice as you root down into the floor, the legs energize. You'll feel the back of your hips pressing a little bit back into your bolster, your pillow, if you have that. So I want you to try to keep this strengthening action of the feet. The other awareness is noticing the pelvis sitting on the floor. So at any time you need to just take your hand and just shift and allow the hand to go across the back of the thigh and lift up through the hip to find the pelvis a little bit more in neutral. Take an exhale, root the feet, feel the pelvis connecting to the chair. And then you're gonna come up and you're just gonna touch the very top of your head. So as you root down through your feet, root the pelvis into the chair, you're gonna reach up through the crown of the head into your hand. You're gonna feel this alignment of energizing through the spine. So we're gonna keep this cue, and sometimes being able to touch the crown of your head helps to feel this energizing up through the crown of your head. So just take a couple more breaths here. We're gonna release the arms down. We're gonna bring the hands into Anjali Mudra. So this is our mudra of gratitude. We're just gonna do a little mudra flow of gratitude and compassion towards ourselves and others. So just taking a moment to feel the palms of the hands together, the thumbs resting on the upper chest around the sternum. Feeling the awareness coming back into your breath. This awareness of gratitude. So just taking a moment to notice, what do you feel grateful for right now? And maybe an answer arises and not. That's okay. But just notice if something arises for you. Take some breaths. We're going to go into a mudra of offering compassion. So we're going to let the hands release down in front of us and open the palms of the hands so the pinky side of the hands are touching. You're going to exhale, offer out into the universe. Inhale, gently sweep up energy and shower yourself with compassion, letting the hands release down. coming back to Anjali Mudra. Inhale, fill your heart. Exhale, go back into Pushputta. This is a mudra of offering. And then inhale, allow that energy to come up of offering and shower down through your body. And then one last time, coming back to Anjali Mudra. Inhale. Exhale, offering out into Pushputta. Inhale, gathering energy up and showering down and over your body. And then just let the arms release beside you. So we're going to do moments throughout our practice. We're going to have little moments of transition. So those transitions are going to be stomping. So we're going to stomp. Okay, as we stomp, then we're going to allow the body to shake. And then we're going to take a deep breath in and then just let it out with a ha. Okay, so those are moments of transition. So as we move through our practice, we're going to do the stomping, the shaking, the reaching up, and the exhale and the release. So we're going to start with our joint warm-up series first. We're going to start with the legs. So I'm going to at times mirror you. So we're going to start with our right leg. So you're going to start to extend your right leg on the mat. You're going to point the toes as you inhale and then flex the heel as you exhale. So you're going to inhale, point, exhale, flex. Inhale, point, exhale, flex. Good. And then you're going to do some ankle circles. Going in one direction. If it doesn't feel comfortable having the foot off the floor, just keep the heel on the floor. Good, you're going to go the opposite direction when it feels right. Good, then you're going to offer a little wave. Just wave the foot. Beautiful, then you're going to allow the toes to come down onto the floor. Just lift the heel slightly and slightly drag the toes back onto bringing it back into a hip width apart. Take a breath, inhale, root through the right foot as you extend the left foot. Okay, pointing as you inhale, flexing as you exhale. Inhale, point, exhale, flex. One more time, inhale, point, exhale, flex. We're gonna go into our ankle circles again. Going the opposite direction. Good, offer a little wave. Good, and then allow the toes to come down and softly just allow the foot to drag back so that your feet are hip width apart. We're going to bring the wrists up and just start to circle through the wrists. So feeling that inhale, that exhale, rooting down through the feet, lifting up through the crown of the head. Good. Sometimes bringing the hands into a soft fist. Going the opposite direction. Good, and just giving a little shake out. We're going to lean over onto our right side, and with your left hand, you're going to hold your chair. Okay, and you're just going to shake out the right arm. And then you're going to circle right through the shoulders. So we're just going to do some pendulum arm swings. Inhale, exhale. And going the opposite direction with the right arm. Beautiful. Then you're going to come back up, shake out the arms again. Inhale, exhale, lean over to your left side. Just let the arms shake out if you need to. Remember, you're holding the chair with your right hand. Circling in one direction. And then going in the other direction. Beautiful. You're going to come up to center. Take a moment. Just give a little stomping. Give a little shaking. Take a deep breath, reach the arms up, and let it go with a beautiful. We're going to allow the arms as we root down through the feet, reach up through the head, reach the arms out to the side, and then just touch the shoulders as you inhale and exhale. We're going to start to circle. So we're going to go forward first. And then we're going to go backwards. Beautiful. We're going to do a little tipping action. So we're going to inhale. We're going to reach the right elbow up. And then exhale down. And then inhale, reach the left elbow up. And exhale down. And then one more time, inhale, right elbow. And left. Beautiful. Just open the chest, open the shoulders, inhale, and then just exhale, bring the elbows towards one another. So you feel the back of the chest opening. Inhale, feel the front of the chest opening. Exhale, feel the elbows start to come towards one another, back of the chest opening. One more time, inhale, open. Exhale, together. Coming back to open, release the arms down. Good. So we're going to root the left leg. We're going to bring the right hand behind the right thigh. Okay, and if you don't want to bring your foot off the floor, you can just circle through the leg with the toes on the floor. Some of you that have it available to you, you might pick the leg right up and circle in one direction. The left foot is rooting strongly into the mat. The crown of the head is reaching up, and you're going the opposite direction. So I'll show this direction without lifting my foot off the ground. Beautiful. Then you're going to root the right foot and do the same thing to the left. Circling, trying to bring the little bit more movement into the hip. And going the opposite direction. Beautiful. And then coming down. So we're going to do a little bit of work with our ball now. So you're going to go ahead and grab your ball. So we're just going to start by rooting through the left foot when you have your ball, picking up the right foot, and you're going to roll the ball underneath the entire sole of the right foot. Feeling your breath here. Okay, then we're going to take a moment just to locate the heel and roll around in the heel. You're going to go forward and back, left to right when it feels right for you. Take a moment to find the very center of the heel, placing the hands on each thigh. Inhale. As you exhale, root the heel into the ball. Inhale, ease off. Exhale, root down. Inhale, ease off. And one more time, exhale, root down. Beautiful. We're going to come up and we're going to roll through the inner arch. And as we roll through the inner arch, just noticing if there's certain areas where maybe you want to add a little bit more attention to. You might even pause as you find a spot and inhale and exhale and root into the ball. Inhale, ease off. Exhale, rooting down. Inhale, ease off. And one more time, exhale, rooting down. Beautiful. So we're just going to come up towards the upper part of the foot. And I always like to just see if my body wants to go across the foot. So going from big toe to pinky toe. When you do this, it helps to internally and externally rotate the leg. So it's a really nice release for the hip. Yes. Do you want to go back outside? Okay, you might go up and down through the foot. You might have the ball rest under the knuckles of the toes, and you might even pause here, rooting down into the ball. Good, just notice when the upper part of the foot is complete. And when it is, just roll through the entire sole of the foot again. And then take a moment to pause. Notice how you feel. You might even reach up the same arm of the foot that we just rolled. So we rolled the right foot, so you might just feel the right arm reaching up, and just notice how this feels. Okay. And then take a moment to root down through the left foot and just reach up the left arm just for comparison. Feel your right foot root into the mat, that reaching up through the crown of the head as the left foot comes onto the ball. I'm going to start by rolling through the entire sole of the foot to start. Good. Once that feels complete, you're going to go into the heel. Okay, you can roll around in the heel. It might be circles. It might be a little up and down, a side to side. Locating that very center of the heel of the calcaneus, the place where bone density starts, as we exhale, rooting down into the ball. Inhale, easing off. Exhale, rooting down into the ball. Inhale, easing off. And 2 more times, rooting down. Easing off. One last time if it feels good. Good, you're gonna move into the inner arch now. Just noticing how that feels for you. Remember, if one side of the body does not feel like it wants to move, you can just visualize. You can take a moment just to rest and close your eyes and just visualize the movement happening in the body. Go through the inside, the middle, the outside. You might even feel a spot that you want to single the movement on and keep rolling, or pause and exhale and root down. So I'm going to give you a little bit of freedom just to listen to your body. Today, my body wants me to keep rolling on this side, so I'm going to keep rolling, but you might pause and exhale and root down into the ball, and inhale and come off. Once the inner arch feels complete, you're going to come up into the upper part of the foot. Okay, so you might go from left to right, so going from big toe to pinky toe. You can see how that internally and externally rotates the leg very softly, which is nice. You might allow the movement to go up and down underneath the toes and really let the toes wrap around the ball. Try not to create too much tension in the toes, but more so creating space. Okay, you might pause there and take a few breaths. Reach up through the crown of the head, rooting down through that right foot. Good, and then just finishing off with rolling through the entire sole of the foot again. When it feels complete, you're just going to take a moment just to root down through the feet, reach up through that arm of the foot that you just rolled. For most of us, that will be our left. Just notice how far the arm wants to go. How does it feel? And then take a little reach up again through the right. Good. If you have your ball on your mat like me, you're just going to allow it to roll off to the side. And you're going to grab a block now. Beautiful. So you're going to take your block and place it in between the inner thighs. Some of you may even feel that it feels better closer to the knees, or some of you may feel better closer to the pelvis with the block. You might even feel that it wants to flip up. I like to get as much of my thigh when I'm seated, so I like to have it more parallel with my legs. And then just find the feet rooting down. Notice if your hands just want to be by your side, maybe they want to be on your legs. You're going to exhale, you're going to root the feet into the floor. Gently squeeze the block and pull the block towards the chair, the back of the chair. Inhale, relax and soften, just doing a little bit of core. Exhale, root the feet into the floor, squeeze the block and pull the block back to the wall behind you. Reach up through the crown of your head. Each time you inhale, you're going to soften the push of the feet, release the squeeze of the block. Each time you exhale, you're going to root the feet into the floor, gently squeeze the block and pull as if you're going to pull the block behind you. And let go. Beautiful. Now we're going to do a little strengthening, and the legs may not come off the floor, but if they do, you can do the practice of lifting one leg. So what you're going to do is take your hands and touch the outside of your legs. So as you root down through your feet, you're going to gently squeeze the block on an exhale, lean a little bit out into your hands. See if your left foot can root a little bit stronger, and see if your right leg can lift as you pull the block behind you. Good, take 1 or 2 more breaths. Then you're going to come down, exhale. Feel the right foot rooting down, squeezing the block as if you're pulling the block to the wall behind you. And maybe you'll feel the left leg extending. And don't worry about how far. Maybe it just comes off the floor a little bit. Maybe just the heel comes off. Coming down, we're going to do that one more time. Left foot roots down. Exhale, gently squeeze the block, pull back, lift up through the crown of the head. Lean out into the hands a little bit. Beautiful. And then one more time, right foot roots down, squeezing the block, reaching up through the crown of the head, pulling the block behind you, maybe left leg lifts. Beautiful. And then you're going to let go of the block. Whew. Let's do a little stomp. Let's do a little shake. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Good. So we're going to do just a little movement with the spine. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see this a little bit better. And we're going to think of the spine and the bowl of the pelvis filled with water. So it's this rooting down, this lifting up. And you can also touch your pelvis if you want onto the side. You can touch hips. Sometimes I like to put one hand on my belly and the back of the hand on my pelvis. As I reach up through the crown of the head, then you're going to think of, as you tilt forward from the pelvis, that you're just letting the water softly tip out of the pelvis, keeping head, heart, hip all in one line. And then inhale, lengthening up through the crown of the head to come up. So we're going to do that 2 more times. So you take a moment to exhale, root through the feet, lift up through the crown of the head, inhale. As you exhale, you're going to just allow the pelvis to tilt forward, keeping head, heart, hip all in one line. Rooting down through the feet. Inhale, coming up. One last time, finding the rooting of the feet. The pelvis, inhaling, the exhaling, allowing the water to gently tip forward, keeping the spine nice and long, reaching energy out the crown of the head. And then inhale, coming up. Beautiful. We're just going to take the hands and just hold the chair and start to walk them back towards the back of the chair. And they don't need to touch the back of the chair, but just notice as you're holding the back of the chair, there's a little opening on your chest. So this is a modified cobra in the chair. You might feel your heart lift a little bit. You might even feel your gaze look up at the middle of the wall or up towards the upper part of the wall just before the ceiling. Take 2 more breaths here. Good. Let the hands slide back towards your knees. Let go. We're going to do a little twist to release that. We're going to keep our chin in line with our heart. So head, chin, and heart all stay together. And these are called nerve slides. So we're going to have the hands on the thighs. We're going to use the right hand. So just remember, when we're twisting, the head does not turn. It keeps in line with the heart. So you're going to inhale, rooting down. As you exhale, you're going to slide your right hand back towards your right hip and allow the torso to just gently turn. Gaze, chin, heart, all in the same line. Inhale, right hand forward. Exhale, left hand slides back. The torso gently twists. And going into our nerve slide and glides. Bringing the left hand forward as you inhale. Exhale, right hand back, gently twisting to the right. And then one more time, inhaling, right hand forward. Exhale, left hand back, gently coming to the other side. Beautiful. Coming back into center. Just taking a moment to notice how you feel. 2 breaths, consciously arriving here. Now we're going to do a little walking with the feet. So we're going to toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. And then go back. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. So you're going to go toe, heel, toe, heel, heel, toe, heel, toe. One last time. Toe, heel, toe, heel. Pause here. Allow the feet to open. So we're in a nice goddess pose, something that feels comfortable with our legs and our hips. We're rooting through the feet. Good. We're going to bring the arms out in front. So we're going to do a modified kind of movement of the Tensegrity arms. So here we're in Hakini Mudra, which is helpful for realigning the breath. It's also helpful for memory. So the pads of the fingers touching, the thumb as well. Rooting through the feet, reaching up through the crown of the head. As you inhale, let the wings of your arms open. Try not to go too far. As you exhale, tips of the fingers touching. Good. Flow at your breath. As you inhale, open, find your rhythm. Exhale, letting the fingers touch. Do that 3 more times, opening. Beautiful. Exhale. Last 2. Now, when you open your arms this time, when you come back the next time, you're going to hug your body, choosing one arm to go on top. Take 2 breaths here. Noticing which arm is on top, you're going to open your arms again on the inhale, and you're going to hug yourself again, having the opposite arm on top. So when we do this crossing over in the body, it helps to stimulate both sides of the brain, which is really helpful for any kind of neurological condition. So we're going to inhale it open again. Good. Allow the hands to come down. We're going to move into Warrior 2. So we're going to keep our right foot, just let it angle out a little bit more if it feels comfortable, or keep it on the 45. And then you're just going to, if the foot and the leg of the left foot wants to extend, allow it. So this is our modified chair pose. Feeling into your arms, noticing and asking them, do they want to lift? If not, just keep rooting the feet, lifting up through the crown of the head. If the arms want to lift, do so. Maybe just one arm lifts. Keep the head in line with the heart, so resist looking over the arm. Breathing here. We're going to let go of the arms. Bring that left foot back in. Take a breath. Let it out. We're going to extend the right leg if it feels comfortable. You might feel the toes come onto the floor or not. Root down, lift up through the crown of the head. Check to see if the arms want to extend. Keeping the head in line with the heart. My arms feel like they want to stay down, so I'm going to stay down. But if you feel like you want to express, express today. Breathing here, feel the strength as you're rooting the feet into the floor. And then softening, relaxing the arms, bringing the legs back. So we're back into goddess. And we're going to heel, toe, back in. So we're going to go heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Beautiful. Stomp it out. Give a little shake. Inhale, reach up, wiggle, and let it go. So we're going to move back. I'm just going to grab my bolster. You can either keep your bolster there, or you can move right back to the back of your chair. So we're going to come in and just do a little bit of mudra work. So we have nerve endings, our motor and sensory nerve endings on the end of our fingers. So we're going to use them to stimulate the brain and the different parts of the body. So we're going to start in Hakini Mudra again. So just the pads of the fingers touching. And you know what? I'm going to come a little bit closer for the mudra flow, just so you don't have to strain at looking at what I'm doing. Okay, so the heel of the hand is open. So this one can be used to help to expand our three-part breath. It also aligns our whole energy body, releasing blockages in the body. It's also very good for memory. So on the roof of your mouth, you have 84 acupressure points. So you're going to take your tongue. You're going to try to keep it as relaxed as you can and lean it onto the roof of your mouth. Inhale, reach up through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, let the tongue go and just soften. We're going to do that 2 more times. So this action is really good for helping to stimulate if you forgot something. Rooting into the feet, the pads of the fingers, tongue onto the roof of the mouth as you inhale, reaching up out of the crown of the head. As you exhale, you soften the tongue. Relax a little bit. 1 more time at your rhythm, rooting through the feet, pads of the fingers, tongue leans onto the roof of the mouth. And let go. Good, you're gonna let your arms soften a little bit. So you can see my thumbs a little bit more. So this is a good warm-up for doing the mudras, and it's called twiddle your fingers. So we're going to start to twiddle the thumbs around one another. Let the elbows be very heavy here. Good, just breathing. So the thumbs are connected to the fire element. So each of our fingers and thumbs connect to one of the elements in the body. So you're going to go the other way. Beautiful. And then come back and just tap the thumb. Okay, now we're going to start with tapping. So we're going to tap the index finger and then start to wiggle them around. So you're rolling circles around the 2 index fingers. Keep breathing. The index fingers are connected to air. Go both directions. Okay, then you're going to bring the little tap and then pause. Okay, now you're going to tap your middle finger. So this is a Akash space, and you're going to move around your middle fingers. And going in one direction. And the other direction. Touching them again. Pause. So the ring finger is earth. So this one is sometimes a little bit harder to move. So you're going to start by tapping it. Okay, and then start to circle. So this is our finger of earth. And going in the opposite direction. Good, tapping them again. Okay, the last one, which is the pinky, which is our water element. So we tap the pinky and then we circle. And you're gonna go the opposite direction. Beautiful. Now tapping the pinky again. Good. Taking a moment just to feel Hakini Mudra, bringing it, just the heel of the hand together. So you have a little opening. This is called Kapota. It's dove or peace mudra. It helps to relieve depression. So just taking a moment to notice that within the center of you is this place of peace and happiness. Feeling the pads of the fingers touching that little inner temple opening in the center palm of your hand, the heel of the hands leaning on each other. Beautiful. Coming into Anjali, palms of the hands touch. We're going to feel the right hand touch onto our chest and the left hand on top. So this is Hridaya Mudra. Okay, so it's the mudra of the heart. Now I'm going to come a little bit closer because this transition sometimes is hard to articulate with not being able to see it. So you're going to start to bring your thumbs, the pads of the thumbs together. Okay? And you're going to lean into them. So then you have the wings. So this is Garuda. This is Eagle Mudra. Okay, so this mudra is really good for balancing both sides of the body. Okay, and you're going to use it also to stimulate the immune system. So we're going to tap through the upper part of the sternum here. This is also where the lymphatic system rests, the heart. Just getting connected to our body. Tapping is very beneficial for the body. I'm going to do a little humming breath here. Brahmari. Slow it down and just pause here for a moment as you rest in stillness and just feel the pads of the thumbs leaning. This expression of Garuda. Now we're going to allow the fingers to start to point down. Fingers pointing down and come back into Anjali. Beautiful. We're going to open the palms of the hands and go into Prithvi. So that's thumb touching the pad of the ring finger. The middle, the ring, the index, the middle, and the pinky finger are extended. So this is a grounding mudra. You're going to allow the back of your hands to rest onto your thighs. Relax the shoulders, elbows heavy, feet gently rooting down. Okay, so this helps to strengthen both sides of the body, ground the body. Very important when we feel uprooted by shaking or a disconnect to the body. Release and just let the palms of the hands open, wiggle the fingers. Beautiful. Shake them out, kind of like a flicking motion. We sometimes call this flick the goo. Nice. Bring in a little stomping. Inhale, reach the arms up and let go. Good. We're just going to take a moment to release the shoulders now. So we're going to reach the arms out to the side. We're going to cross the right arm on top with the palms facing down. You might hug the body. You might feel the back of the forearms just coming up a little bit. Okay, you might feel that the hands start to come towards one another for some of you. And I know some of you can touch palm to palm. Okay, that's not always available for a lot of people, but I know that you can do this, some of you. If not, stay open or stay here. Okay, now you're going to lift the elbows up away from the heart. So let the arms lift up, inhale, and let them travel down as you exhale. Couple more rounds. Inhale up, exhale down. Again, inhale up, exhale down, and then just pause here for 2 more breaths. Allow the shoulders to drop down away from the ears. Okay, you're gonna let the palms of the hands and the forearms fold down. Slide the arms across. Open up. Reach through the fingers in opposite directions. Good, and then exhale, crossing as your palms turn down, left arm over right. Either you're hugging the body. Bringing the forearms up. Maybe the back of the hands touch or not. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Root the feet. Inhale, let the arms slide up. Exhale, dropping down. Okay, we're gonna do that 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good, 1 more time. And down. We're gonna come back. Slide across, reach out, extend the fingers in opposite direction. And then exhale, let go. Beautiful. We're just going to take a moment to pause. I'm just going to move my chair back a little bit. We're going to just do one last thing before we end the practice. We're going to do a half kind of modified sun salute. So we're going to bring the hands to heart center. We're going to inhale, exhale, release the arms down, root the feet into the floor. Reach up through the crown of the head as we inhale the arms up. Then you're going to exhale the arms out into a cactus arm. Inhale here. Exhale, close the arms. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach up. Inhale, back to heart center. 1 more time. Inhale, we're going to release the arms down by our side. Exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, out into cactus. Inhale here. Exhale, bring it together. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach back up. And release back down. Beautiful. Take a moment just to stomp. Give your body a little shake. Inhale, come up. And exhale, relax. Just gonna feel ourselves move back. And you might feel that you want to release your bolster and just come right back to the back of the chair. You might feel that your bolster, your pillow feels good and you want to keep it. Coming back to place the hand on the belly and the heart. Noticing your breath here. As we take a moment to just gently scan through the body. You can keep your eyes open if that feels more comfortable for you for spatial awareness. The eyes may lower or close. Taking those deep breaths, noticing the belly expanding into your hand on the inhale, and that exhale, softening and letting go. This grounding breath. Feel the expansion on the inhalation into your hand, that softening as you exhale and let go. Staying here for a few more breaths. Beautiful. Come into the awareness of the hand on your upper chest, close to your heart center. Relax the shoulders, let the elbows be heavy. Just going to take a couple breaths here into the chest as the belly expands. We can feel the chest and the heart gently lift on the inhale And that softening and that release on the exhale through belly and heart. As we inhale, receiving through belly, heart, gently expanding and lifting. Exhale, softening. 2 more times. Let the hands release now. So either the palms are down, facing down, or palms are facing up, or you can choose to place the right hand into a cupped position and place the left hand on top and connect the thumbs into our mudra of wholeness, which is Mandala Mudra. And gently scanning through our body as we notice our feet touching the mat. Receiving energy from the earth. Letting that energy rise up through the feet, the shins, the knees, the thighs, into the bowl of the pelvis, the belly, the heart, the throat, through the shoulders and the arms and the hands, and out the crown of the head. And then let the energy from sky or spirit flow down through the crown of your head, through the throat and the neck, down through the arms, through the torso, through the heart, the bowl of the pelvis, through the thighs, the knees, the shins, the calf, ankles, feet, and back into surrendering into the earth. This energizing earth meditation. Just take a moment to self-guide yourself through receiving the energy from the earth up through your feet, your legs, your torso, through the arms, out the crown of the head. And then that energy from sky, spirit, God, the higher power, down through the head, the face, neck, arms, torso, pelvis, legs, back into the earth through the feet. Just gonna take a couple minutes to pause here.